Hello, 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 and welcome to the Pisces Lunar Eclipse collective reading in Limpias. I am Mama Rainbow from A Meaningful Dream. I hope you're doing very well today. I'm very excited. We got a lot to talk about. Hey Zoe, good to see you. Hi Mom, good to see you. Hello, hello. I'm very excited to do this. We have, like I said, a lot to talk about. Hi Chelsea. We have a lot going on. Make sure, yeah, you can hear me. There's a lot happening in the cosmos right now, and we're probably feeling it pretty intensely already. The Pisces lunar eclipse is today, so we're at the peak of it, and we have been kind of prepping for this really since the new moon in Virgo, which was on September 2nd. And now we're kind of coming to that completion, and we're going to really be experiencing more of the magic and the medicine after this lunar eclipse, after it has reached its peak. Hi, hubby. Good to see you. So we got lots to dive in, lots to talk about. I'm very excited. I have a lot of beautiful things here on the table, which I'm going to share with y'all here real quick, and then we're going to dive into all the magic and the medicine and the Limpias and the reading and all the beautiful things. So if you aren't already following me, please do so. I also just sent out my email newsletter, so if you're not signed up for that, you can go on my website at meaningfuldream.com and you can sign up for that. I send one out monthly, and I send out some little ones throughout the week as well. And yeah, okay. I've been sweating, like preparing for this. Like, even though I just got out of a bath, there's just so much energy. Okay, so today we have my Pisces Luna Essence from the last Pisces full moon, and this one comes with the mantra, I am creative flow. We'll be using this during the live in the Limpias. And then we also have my Love Me oil that you can also find on my apothecary at Movement Mystic, and also Illuminate Your Spirit. We'll be using that here too. I found this fish head bone to help embody the elements and the energy of Pisces, as Pisces is the fish. It is that water sign and water energy, so we have that medicine here on the table with us too. Some coral pieces that I found when I was in Belize. And then we also have this really special water that a sister gave me that we'll be using during the Limpias. We have some cowrie shell, cowrie shell, I should say, Larimar for that ocean energy, so really embodying the energy of the ocean to help us go with the flow. Yesterday, my shamanic mentor came over and gifted me this beautiful shaker with black bear fur, so we'll definitely be using this in the Limpias today. We also have a fresh blessing bundle here, and we'll be also using my Iris Oracle deck, which I'm really excited. I really tried to pull decks that are very, very introspective, very in-depth, could have multiple meanings to it, so we're going to see what comes through with that. I also wanted just like a fun, playful one, because Pisces can be a very artsy and creative sign. So we have the Kitten Chops Playful Heart Tarot here, and we're also going to be using postcards from the Liminal Space by Bakara. And we also have my drum that we'll be using today too. Hey Kelsey, good to see you. So lots of beautiful magic. And I also have this beautiful tablecloth of a mushroom woman to help embody the energy of Virgo season, as this is a time of working with plant medicines, working with Mother Earth, working with the subconscious, especially with this Pisces. So let's get into all the things. All right, so this Pisces lunar eclipse is intense. It's a big one, okay? You've probably been having some vivid dreams, and if you haven't, you're probably going to have some. So I really hope that you've been paying attention to what your dreams have been communicating to you, because those are themes as to what this Pisces lunar eclipse has to offer you. And also, hey Tiffany, and also what it's asking for you to release. This is a moon where we're being asked to release for a new beginning. Okay, this is also kind of in preparation for the North Node, South Node shift that's going to be happening in January of 2025. So we're being asked to really pay attention and to really let go of old karmic cycles, specifically since like 2015, 2016 timeframe. So what were you doing then that now has kind of come to a completion and is ready to evolve into like the next step, into the next level? So this is a very evolutionary time, And with Pisces, it does rule the 12th house. So we're talking about themes of the subconscious. So old subconscious patterns, old thoughts, old ways of doing things, things that are in the deep part of our mind that are unseen, that are needing to come to the surface to be seen, to be released, to be cleared, to be let go of. And then that way you can make space for the new. So if you really want to see like what Pisces is going to do for you specifically, you can go and pull up your birth chart after this slide and see what house Pisces rules in your birth chart, and that will give you some more ideas as to like specific themes for you and what it's going to offer you. Pisces is a very sensitive, very empathetic, very emotional sign. So we're probably feeling that. We're probably feeling emotional and sensitive on some level. If you haven't already cried, you probably will at some point. And this crying is a form of release. So if you do feel like you need to release, and it doesn't have to just be through crying, it can also be through laughing, it can also be through dancing. Pisces does rule movement and flow, so moving your body is going to be good, even though we might be feeling the need to be in solitude or maybe take some time for rest. And for some, you might be feeling energized if you're really flowing with what's wanting to come through for you. So this is a time where our dreams are really important. It's really telling us what we need to know and what we need to release. Maybe old patterns. You may even be seeing some old people from the past appear in your dreams or in your waking life to kind of either reconcile, to forgive, and to kind of let go. And you also might be welcoming some people in your life at the same time too. Hello, Erin. So good to see you. So this is like a very pivotal time. This is also a time where we're in fate, destiny, karma, and all those big changes are happening, things that are already written in the stars. So this is a time to really surrender and go with the flow, which Pisces is really good at. It's that fish energy. It moves with the waves versus trying to resist the current. Because if you resist the current, you're going to get dragged. It's not going to be fun. Like, have you ever tried swimming against the current? It's not easy, and you end up hurting yourself in the long run. And that's very much what this lunar eclipse is kind of asking us to do, to go with the flow, to move at a pace that works for us, but also move at the pace that the universe is asking for us. And we're in Virgo season too, so we're also being asked to close out some things, get those things on your to-do list taken care of, kind of get some business in order, close, like I said, some old patterns, close like maybe things that aren't working for you, and being open to what wants to work for you and what wants to come through for you too. We also have Mars in Cancer right now, which is also making us even more emotional in our actions. So, hey Sunny, good to see you. So I feel like there's a lot of feelings. So really honor your feelings, right? Honor what your intuition is also telling you too. Your intuition is going to be your number one guidance tool throughout this time, because this eclipse in particular is a little chaotic, as most eclipse seasons are and most eclipses are. They can be unpredictable and unstable. So you might be seeing that in other parts of your life, or you might be seeing that in your neighborhood or with friends and family. So this is a good time to do things to really keep yourself grounded, to maybe take a salt bath, to cleanse your home energetically, even physically too, and to even take care of your body, drink lots of water, nourish yourself with good food and good energy as well. Be mindful of what you're taking in, because we are extra sensitive, especially with that Mars being in Cancer. And just be mindful of your anger. We might be feeling a lot of anger. We also might be feeling a lot of grief and a lot of loss and letting go. So honoring that, honoring where you are and honoring where you aren't, and giving yourself the time that you need to let go, but also not allowing yourself to dwell in it. Because I feel like this energy is asking for us to okay, give yourself the time that you need to rest, give yourself the time you need to cry it out, to release, but then it's time to move forward. It's time to move on. It's time to change those subconscious thought patterns, or again, we're going to feel dragged. And in some way, shape, or form, you're being asked to kind of elevate your energy to the next level, to take yourself to the next level. And you have been getting cues and clues as to what that looks like. So if you've been feeling stuck, if you've been feeling stagnant, if you're not really sure what you should be doing, where you should be going, really just surrender and let go. And the universe is going to give that to you and show you very clearly that this is the kind of time of like things are being thrown in your face. Like, and it's going to be very obvious, but the acceptant part, like accepting it, I think is the challenge, right? Because it might require us to let go of something that we've been comfortable with. And the Pisces energy is in that subconscious energy. So we're letting go of old truths. We're also letting go of illusions and maybe getting a little bit more realistic and practical as we are in Virgo season. Pisces is traditionally ruled by Jupiter, but is currently now in astrology is ruled by Neptune. So illusions are coming to light, truth is coming to light. We're going to see that on a collective scale too, with lots of businesses, lots of even like in the political structures and things of that nature. Lots of truths are going to be being revealed. And these are things that maybe have been unseen, but maybe we've been suspecting for some time. So expect the unexpected and expect also good things to come through, because this isn't just a time of grief and loss and sadness and letting go, but this again is a new beginning. This is a welcoming of energy too. We currently have Mercury in Virgo, so being really mindful. Mercury is in its home sign in Virgo, and it's really important to really be mindful of your words. Your words are magic. So how are your words, and how are your communication with yourself, specifically within your brain, within your mind, within your subconscious, and even what's being revealed to you in your dreams, how is that affecting you on a day-to-day basis? And this is a time to maybe let go of old ways of communicating with yourself that really aren't serving you. And then this Sunday, we have Libra season, which is my season, and I love it. And we also have the fall equinox. So lots of change. We're literally moving into a time of change, of transformation, of letting go, of preparing for the winter, of celebrating your abundance, of celebrating your harvest that you've been cultivating for the last summer. So this is a time where a lot of endings and new beginnings. And that's kind of like this, it's almost like the circle of life, right? Like endings and beginnings, endings and beginnings. You can't have an ending without a new beginning, and there is no new beginning without an ending. And that's very much what this Pisces lunar eclipse is. So just be really mindful of your energy and what you're giving your energy to, because again, we're feeling really sensitive. We also have Mercury, or Venus is going to be entering Scorpio like the next day. So we're going to be feeling even more intuitive. So and even more deeper. We're going to be craving deeper emotions, craving deeper connections, craving deeper understanding with ourselves, with those things that matter to us, specifically around money, love, and abundance. So that death baby is coming, and we're feeling it. So we have a lot of energy in this watery kind of element right now, but we also have a good blend of some earth and some air to kind of help us out. So really just allow things to come through, allow things to come out. Actually, last Friday, on Friday the 13th, I attended Hey J Love, a final ceremony, a final closing ceremony for Even Stars Chalice. And it was very emotional for me. And it really was a closing of a big chapter, a very big chapter for me, and a very big chapter for them as well. And so if things are being let go of in your life, let them be let go. Don't try to make it. Don't try to force it to come back into your life. Just let it be. Because Pisces can fall into the trap of nostalgia as well. So being really mindful of that. And so a couple other announcements I would like to make, and then we're going to jump into the reading of the Limpias here. So I just updated my website and updated my books. I have my books open. I am available for readings, for Limpias, and astrology readings by popular demand, which is so interesting. And I've had some people even ask me to teach an astrology class. So that will be coming very soon. I don't have any hard dates for that yet, but it will come and it will happen. And I also have a Become a Teen Oracle for ages 13 to 19 to learn the art of divination with me. We're going to be doing all kinds of fun things and really tapping in to our own intuitive abilities. And I'll be teaching those who attend how to really hone in and to grow those as they grow older. And that's going to be at Moonlit Mystic, October 27th. And then on October 19th will be Witches Bewitchin', which I'll be one of the vendors for. And I will have my whole setup, all my apothecary items, things that haven't even hit the website yet, available. And I'll also be doing 15-minute Limpias for $44 as well. And so this is my only vending event. So if you want to come see me in person, come check out the shop, receive Limpias, or just come check out the event in general, this is the time to do it. Because I don't think I have any other vending events planned. I don't think I'm going to do any more unless something comes up. And then I'm also going to be doing a home cleansing class at Moonlit Mystic in November, on November 21st on Jupiter Day, which is a Thursday. So that is going to be from 7 to 9 p.m. The last class that we just had at Dark to Light, September 5th, was so good, was so successful. Thank you to each and every person who came. Y'all were so eager to learn. Y'all were so eager to listen. Nobody wanted to take breaks. Look, there's a truck called Fluid Truck that's passing by, like, I think reminding us, like, drink some water. But that Dark to Light class, the home cleansing class, was so good. So it really made me feel like this is my element, this is my next evolution, this is my next step. So very excited to offer it again in November. And then I also have some new apothecary items, which I forgot to show y'all, we'll be using today for the reading. This is my IC candle to help open up your intuition and to really remove any blocks, to see what is unseen, and to really just tap into your own intuitive abilities. I also have a creativity spell candle that's also back. And I've been having some issues with my Luna Essence labels. So all the new Luna Essence labels have been revamped and fixed, and all of the new Luna Essences since the Libra full moon will be hitting the apothecary here very soon. So very, very excited for that. So we put this aside, my little notes over here, and let's go ahead and jump into the reading. J-Love says, you said you missed a home cleansing class. You have to do the one in November. I really recommend it. You'll never see your home the same way. It's truly a revolutionary class. A lot of this information I learned from my shamanic mentor, and it was during my shamanic training in 2020 that we went over this information, and I've taken what he's taught me and added some of my own things to make it to the class that it is today. And it is so cool. It was just so much fun. And I got to show him the handouts that I made yesterday. I got to talk to him about it. And it just felt really good. And actually, he's going to try and make one in the future. So y'all might actually get to meet him, which is so cool because he doesn't come out very much. He's truly like the shaman in the mountains. So let's go ahead and open up this space and jump into our reading and see what we have for this Pisces lunar eclipse for the collective. I open up this space for this collective reading for the Pisces lunar eclipse. I open up this space for the Limpias, for the collective for this Pisces lunar eclipse. I call on my ancestors and spirit guides to be here with us today to help share the information that wants to come through for this Pisces lunar eclipse. I call upon Luna and her energy and spirit to be with us today to share her medicine for what wants to come through for this Pisces lunar eclipse. I call on the north, the element of earth. I call on the east, the element of air. I call on the south, the element of fire. And I call on the west, the element of water. And I call on our star sisters, and I call on Mother Earth and any other spirit guides and ancestors who want to be here with us today to help deliver this magic and medicine for this Pisces lunar eclipse. So dope would be. And we're going to go ahead and light the icy spell candle. I put some Love Me oil on it too. So as this burns, I'll kind of read it and share what that has for us too. All right, y'all ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? Oh my goodness. I'm like so excited, but like nervous. Just because this is an intense moon, like this is a moon where I said like your life is gonna change for the better. Like you're not gonna be the same person. This is a time where we're making those bigger decisions to take us to the next space, to take us to the next level. And many of us might also begin feeling the call to make a move, whether it be in our career, whether it be in our home, with our family, and really any important parts of your life, we might be feeling called to kind of restructure those things too. All right, so spirit guides, ancestors, and star sisters, what magic and medicine do we have for this Pisces lunar eclipse for the collective? What magic and medicine wants to come through? All right, start with that. Okay, love, 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 love. What magic and medicine wants to come through for this Pisces lunar eclipse? Oh, okay. We got lots to say. All right, and then what magic and medicine do we have for this Pisces lunar eclipse? What wants to come through for the collective? Oh, I love that. Oh, I love that so much. Okay. Okay. All right. Love. Ooh. Okay. All right. Y'all ready? All right. So for the first one, we got the Eight of Cups. So the Eight of Cups is a card where this is like going on that spiritual journey. That's literally what this person's doing. Going through the darkness, going through the unknown, traversing through the unseen, moving through the void in order to find answers, in order to find a new path, in order to find a new way. And this is a solo journey. And this is an intuitive journey. And this is a journey that will maybe feel like the dark night in the soul on some level for some people. So with this card coming up, we're being asked to not be afraid to move through the unknown. And with eclipses, there's very much of that unknown energy because things are kind of unpredictable. And this is a time of not resisting what the universe has for you because things have and already have been written in the stars. This is a time of destiny and fate. So when you lean into that, it will feel a little bit easier. It might come with some challenges emotionally, and it might make you feel lost in some capacity. But sometimes to get to the Nine of Cups, which is the wish card, you have to go through the unknown. You have to go through the unseen. And that's what we're being asked to do. We're being asked to trust whatever is being put in front of our faces. So even if it's a new path, and it's a path that you've never walked in this lifetime, maybe another lifetime you did, you have to lean in and trust that the universe is guiding you in this direction for a reason. If you're being asked to let go of something, someone, some place, some habit, whatever, trusting that it's doing it for your benefit and it's doing it for your better self. So this is a time of going through the unknown. This is a time of traversing. And this is also a time too where, you might be pleasantly surprised when you do lean into the unknown, because typically the dark shadow and the darkness and the shadows is where you find your most abundant gold and treasures. And I feel like so many people in our collective society are so afraid, and we've been taught to be afraid of the unknown because we don't know what it has for us. And I think in past lives and past times, it could be deadly in some capacity, right? But we are in a different time now. Hello, Energy Cove. Hello, Kellys. We're in a different time now. We're being asked to move through that darkness, and expect something beautiful and be vulnerable. So this is not a time where you're going to be able to hide your feelings. This is not going to be a time where you're going to be able to hide your emotions. This is a time where we have to embrace it all, every part of it, whether you feel good, whether you don't feel good. And it's a part of the spectrum of this human life, right? We can't always be rainbows and sunshine. We have to sometimes go through the dark moments and go through the dark times to find the rainbow, to create the rainbow. I love to remind people, like, just because my name's Mama Rainbow doesn't mean it's all rainbows and sunshine. I needed a storm to get to this point. And let me tell you, my life has been a storm to get to this point. So this is a time of going through that darkness. And it's interesting that, and actually I just realized this too, we have two storks here, which typically represent new opportunities, new abundance, new gifts from spirit, and they're making lemonade out of lemons. So this is like a time of like, how can you make lemonade out of the lemons that life has given you? Because there might be something really brilliant and golden about that particular lemonade that maybe wouldn't have been as good and potent had you not had this dark moment or had this moment of the unknown and the unseen. And we have the one who hides the sun coming up too. So with this coming up with the Eight of Cups, there's a couple of different things. I feel like at some point, eventually, you're going to be asked to come out of this dark side and dark moment. So if you're feeling currently lost, know that things will kind of reveal itself for you so you can no longer feel that way. But maybe ask yourself, the darkness that you're going through, is it your own darkness, which typically most of the time it is, or is it the darkness of others that is hiding your own light? Because sometimes it is good to be in the darkness. Sometimes it is good to be in the unknown. And sometimes we do need to trust that. And this is a time where we're needing to really trust that. But eventually you're going to have to come out of the darkness into the light and understand, like, what is taking away the light? What's making you feel lost? So embracing the fact that you might feel lost, embracing the unknown in order to know, in order to be able to discover what is hiding my light, what is hiding my truth, what is hiding the answer. And sometimes you have to go through the darkness to find out. And this is a time where I think many of us might feel like if you really surrender and lean into it, that things will just be washed away and washed over you, and that light will come through, where it's like that aha moment, that tower moment, that epiphany of like, I get it, I see it. Like, I've been going through this darkness and I finally found the light, and the light was from me, it was from myself. It wasn't from anything or anyone else, it was me. And that's what I mean. Like, that's why sometimes we have to go through the darkness, because how can you create your own light if you don't know how to do it? Hey, Carmen Nail Seal. I'm so sorry if I butchered your name. But this is a time where like that light is gonna come, but that light has to come from you, and it's going to come from you, but you have to allow it to come from you. You have to be willing to go through the darkness to see what needs to be let go of, what needs to be released. And then as you free yourself and release those things, we feel lighter, we feel more energized, and that light comes through. And then we're able to see, hello, Lucille Cruz. So good to see you. I love calling you Mr. Cruz, by the way. I hope that's okay. This is really asking for us to like step out of that darkness. If you've been in this place of darkness for a while, it's time to come out of the light. If you feel like you've been in the light and you need a minute to kind of recalibrate, it's time for you to go into the unknown so you can find and rediscover that light for yourself again. And we also have this card, which is really interesting. It's the ungrateful daughter and earthly mother that comes up. So this is a card that basically talks about your ego. So is your ego in the way of your light? Because it's interesting, your ego is your solar plexus, which is the light, the sun, right? But if we have too much of an ego, or if we have a bruised ego, or we have a sore ego, then it can end up being very wonky, or maybe not in alignment, or it can just cause more imbalances and disharmony than it would had you have maybe taken time to work and love your ego, but have a healthy ego. Because the thing is we all have an ego, and it makes us human. We're not necessarily going to lose the ego, but it's about putting it in check, right? So where do we need to put your ego in check? Where is your ego getting in the way? Or where is your ungratefulness for what you have getting in the way of the light in which you already have? Because in this card, the light's like coming from the person, and here it's shining directly on you, but something in the subconscious, most likely, is taking away that light. And it could be a bruised ego. It could be some trauma from the past. It could be old ways of doing that just aren't really serving your mind and your body anymore. Pisces is very much like, it's a water sign, but because it rules the subconscious, it's very heady in some capacity too. Even though it's very emotional, it's very heady. So we're really highlighting the subconscious here. So we're really asking ourselves, what subconscious thing are we bowing to? Because that's kind of what she's doing. Like, I'm still going to love you, even though you've become this big egotistical queen that really isn't grateful for anything, but I'm still going to give you love. This is about giving that love to yourself, giving that forgiveness to yourself along with others, and finding humbleness within yourself, but also being willing to be like, okay, well, maybe we need to find a way to diffuse this. And maybe it's by exploring the subconscious, by exploring the unknown, that we can see maybe there's something blocking this. And that's what it is. What are we bowing to? What are we being of service to? Because then, after you do that, not only will you grow, which is the card green, but you will explode, and you will have so much more energy, so much more abundance. You'll have so much more to be grateful and thankful for. You'll feel like your energy has been replenished. You'll feel like you just went on a psychedelic trip. Like, this lunar eclipse is a wonderful time to engage in psychedelics and to explore that subconscious, because it's going to really help be pivotal and help us move through old things, old trauma, old patterns, old ego ways that really aren't in service to who we are now and who we are becoming. So once we do this and we allow ourselves to really go for it, and to trust that it's a beautiful thing and it's going to be in your best favor, even though it might not feel good, even though you might not feel really sure of yourself, even though you might not feel like you know what you're doing, as long as you continue to trust your intuition and you go for it, you're going to explode. Hello, the voluptuous. You're going to explode. And you're going to have it very clear. The things that are unseen are now going to become in your conscious awareness. And you're going to be able to make better moves and better decisions based off of that. And you're going to move in a way that you haven't been able to before, because of these things blocking your sun, these things blocking your treasure, your gold. And oftentimes, like, think about it. When pirates go on a hunt, the treasure's often buried. And they have to go through some crazy experience to get to that point. It's the same thing with ourselves. Sometimes we have to go through these crazy, unstable, and big moments to get to that aha moment, to get to that treasure and be like, I found it. I get it. I get it now. I get why I had to go through this bullshit. I get why I had to experience this. And this was all in service to my growth. This was all in service to me and to who I'm becoming. And this is something that's very much guided and led by spirit. And this is also a time where, and I can tell you from personal experience, this is a time where your ancestors, if you've been working with your ancestors, And if you've been working with your spirit, and Pisces is very much about spirituality too, so this is also a good time to really maybe revamp what your spirituality practices are on a daily basis, so you can always feel connected to the universe, because the universe is here to help us. This is what this card is. It's like I've been reaching into the darkness, hoping to find another hand, and eventually and finally we're getting that. I had something happen where I've been asking my ancestors for a really long time. I've been asking and asking and asking, and just for the longest time, nothing. Like no answers or no like response, just nothing. And then all of a sudden, it was gifted to me unexpectedly. And all of my questions that I've been asking for years have now come to light. And I now finally have the answers, because there was all of this traveling through the darkness that I needed to go through to get to this point. And now that I have it, I'm like, oh my God, I get it. I get it now. I don't feel as crazy. And I feel like Spirit is really helping, and Spirit answered those questions. So there's divine timing at play. There's divine timing happening for us right now. Sometimes certain information needs to come to us at certain points of our lives, because had it come sooner, we wouldn't have been able to either be ready for it, be fully prepared for it, to really receive it or be grateful for it in the way in which you would have been had it come when it comes, the time that it comes now. So that's pretty big if you really think about this. If you really just trust, this is really about trusting. This is very much like a Fool energy card too. Like we're taking that leap of faith, but we're taking that leap of faith into the darkness of our subconscious. And know that when we reach our hand out, we're not going to be empty-handed. We're going to have that spirit, our spirit guides, our ancestors reaching back and being like, hey, I got you. You're okay. I'm holding you. You're safe. It's okay. You're secure. It's okay to let go, because I got you, and I'm going to guide you along the way, and I'm going to take you where you need to go. Even if you don't know exactly where that is, I'm going to take you and I'm going to lead you. And if you really think about that, that's really just your higher self or your intuition talking. Think about it. Like this is your higher self reaching out to your current self to take you to where you need to go. And this is also a time too where realities and dimensions are blending together. So it's very like time travel-esque. If you're willing to go into the depths, you may be able to take yourself in quantum leap way into the future, into a different timeline, into a different way of existing, had you have not gone into the darkness. And I love that the darkness and the night is coming up. The nighttime is a great time to reflect. We have at the shadow, make it look like the night. Anytime this card comes up, it's always, for me, it's always like, this is magic making time. For me, I like to make most of my magic or do most of my magic at night. That's just my time. And that's also a time where I feel like that transfiguration or that alchemy can really come through. And everyone's time is different, but make it look like the night. This is a time of going into the night, traversing through the night, traversing through the darkness. And then we have the Magician underneath, which is about finding your magic, discovering your magic. And I feel like for some, if we really just surrender, if you've been feeling called to explore different things or to explore a different way of being or practice or anything of that sort, you might really surprise yourself and end up finding out that you have some skill or asset that you didn't know that you had, that has been dormant and has been waiting for the right time and moment for it to come out. So that's what that Magician card is really highlighting. And then this card, I really like feel this card on a deep level for myself, because I feel like I've really been feeling it this moon. This moon's been an intense moon for me too, as it has been for everybody else. But this card is, show me the face that you had before your parents were born. So like just take a minute to like really think about what that is show me your original face that you had before your parents were born. So talking about timelines, talking about remembering, talking about tapping into past life magic, past life gifts, past life abilities, and bringing that into the forefront. But letting go of all the karmic lessons that maybe you had from then and even now, to take it and evolve it in a way that maybe you weren't able to before because of the right time. This is a different time. There's a lot of different opportunities available to us now that we didn't have back then. So this is very much about like being your authentic, true self. This is about like your soul. This is like allowing your soul to shine as it is and as it desires to be, without the conditioning of society, without the conditioning and the teachings of your parents, without the worries and the traumas that were placed upon you or were forced upon you to get to where you are. Now, these traumas and things that we go through do shape us and do make us into the people that we are today, but this is about really finding that purity and finding that soul calling within us. I kind of feel like I want to pull one more tarot card before we get into the Limpias. So spirit guides and ancestors, what other tarot card wants to come through for us? Okay. Oh, I love that. The Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups, it's an offering of love, an offering of service, an offering. This can also sometimes symbolize a romantic offering. So for some of us, we might be getting a new romantic offering or a new emotional offering that was unexpected and unseen, that's going to give you so much fulfillment and so much joy. But it's through after like questioning and after not knowing for a long time. So this is really asking us to really trust, to really believe in ourselves, to trust our intuition, to trust spirit, and know that it's got your back. And then if you've been asking for something, it's coming. And it's probably coming in a direction and from a place or a person that was never on your radar. And it has to be that way. And we have to be open to it, or else the magic and the medicine just won't be the same. So let's check in with our candle. It was burning pretty slowly up until about now, actually. So we have a nice drip coming on the side. So I feel like we had a nice slow burn, kind of like slowly easing our energy into this unknown, into the subconscious, into the space. And now we're getting ready. We're releasing things. We're letting go of things. These kind of remind me of like teardrops. We're crying, and these tears can be tears of joy, tears of sadness, maybe a combination of the two. Whatever it is, get it out of your system. Let it go. Let it be free. This is also a time where I'm hearing some people might be purging physically too. I know my face has been breaking out. I know I'm purging a lot. I know I'm being asked to show up in a new identity and in a new way and present myself differently than I have before. And let me tell y'all, it's been scary, and it's unknown. It's different. I've done it before in a different lifetime, but my face is really showing the purge of that. And I know my body has been purging. Having to use the bathroom a lot more, sleeping, feeling like, actually, I haven't really slept a lot. I've been actually feeling a lot of energy, but I know some people might purge in their dreams as well. So there's a lot of purging. And look, now we got 2 flames here, or 3. Oh, look at that. Damn. So now that like we're in it, we're letting it go. We're like, yeah, let's burn it. Let it all go. So this would be like a great time to do like a fire ceremony, a fire release ceremony, if you can and have the opportunity to just write things down and burn it. Or even to write things down and you can also submerge it in water, representing that emotional energy. You use the restroom so many times a day and your intuitive sense is like, we are purging. Yes, girl, yes. Like, same. Like, you're purging, your body is purging. And you also, because we are in Virgo season, we might be purging our food and our diet. So there might be certain things that you suddenly can't handle, or you're being asked to kind of reevaluate how you take care of your health and wellness, how you take care of your body. And it might be a thing where like, well, can't have that anymore, can't eat this anymore, or can't eat at this time anymore, or eat this much anymore, because it's not allowing me to purge, it's not allowing me to thrive anymore. So really just pay attention to your intuition. Your intuition will guide you and show you what you need to let go of, what you need to release, and why. The why might come later, but just trust if something's being asked, hey, you need to let that go, then you need to let it go. I know for me, I incorporated coffee back into my life for some time, but now I feel like it's time for me to release it once again and invite other things into my life instead and in place of coffee, because I think that's part of why I'm purging. It was like I got one last round, one last go. Not that I can't have it, but it's the way that I have it and even how often I have it that has now suddenly changed. So just trusting that. So look, we even have a little bit of drip on the other sides now too. Beautiful. Ooh, and she just cackled a little bit. Love that. So okay, we're gonna let that continue burning. And if you have some water with you, go ahead and get some water. Also, look at my new Moonlit Mystic sticker. Isn't that so dope? Okay. So go ahead and get in a comfortable position. Go ahead and get into a space where you can really relax and kind of tap in. Yes, emotional purging too. Absolutely emotional purging. Absolutely. And that's probably at the top, for like the top of the list in terms of purging, is the emotional purging. So there might be just old emotions that we feel about ourselves, old emotions that we've been feeling about others, old emotions that maybe we didn't even know we had. I know for me, I've been having dreams of past people that I thought I had dealt with, but subconsciously, I guess not. So purging that, and that can show up in your dreams. Crying, releasing relationships, and letting those things go too. So absolutely, Sunny, you were on point with that. So let's go ahead and look. Oh, before I even start, look at, we've now come into, oh, well, there it goes, two flames. It's like two flames coming into one. So it's like we're blending the conscious with the subconscious. We're allowing them to meet and come together. And it's almost like, hold on, before, it kind of looks like a little water slide here. Like just the way that it's coming down. It's like, let's dive into the water. Let's dive into the ocean. And if you think about it too, the ocean is kind of, it's a beautiful space, but sometimes you don't know what's down there. There's so much of the ocean that we've yet to explore. Think about that and how relevant and in par that is with our subconscious. So go ahead and get into a comfortable space. We're going to go ahead and take 3 deep breaths together to really let it out. And actually, we're going to do ocean breath. I would like to share that and teach that here real quick. So ocean breath is basically when you breathe in, and then instead of breathing out, you're going to breathe in your mouth, and you're going to kind of symbolize the sound of the ocean. So I'm going to do the best. Hopefully y'all can hear me when I do this. So I'm going to just give you an example. I don't know how well that picks up. I hope that y'all were able to hear it. But we're going to do that 3 times. Okay? So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. One more or 2 more times. Take a deep breath in. Another time. Deep breath in. And then I'm being guided to, let's do another deep breath, but then we're going to hold it for 3 seconds. And then we're just going to it out, okay? Hello, lovely is cool. So let's take a deep breath in. Hold for 3 seconds. And let it out. Get it out. Open that space. All right. So let's go ahead and start the Limpias. Go ahead and sit back, relax, and enjoy. And after the Limpias, I will open it for anybody who would like an individual card pull. Also, at any point in time, if you would like to tip me for this reading and service, I've left all of my information in the pinned comments. Ready? I cleanse and release what no longer serves thee, and I send it back into the earth for it to be healed. I cleanse and release what no longer serves thee, and I send it back into the earth for it to be healed. I cleanse and release what no longer serves thee, and I send it back into the earth for it to be healed. I think this might get a little loud. Just FYI. Oh. Oh, I love that. We remove any energy that doesn't serve us out of our minds, our bodies, our hearts, our souls, and our emotions, and the subconscious. And we trust in spirit, and the rhythm, and the drum of our own heartbeat to take us where we need to go. Shake up any stagnant energy to help you trust your intuition, to hear your own voice. To call in new beginnings as we release and purge any endings. As we release or experience an ego death. to help us move with the flow and to allow the current to take us where we need to go. To help us tap into our spirit, to help us tap into our spirituality, to help us tap in to our plant ancestors and our plant medicine, and to wash and release and to clear any stagnancy, any blocks, anything that is in the way of your true light, of your heart, of your treasure, of your gold, and to help find peace even in the dark moments, even in the times of unknown, even in the times where we're not sure of ourselves. To have that lending hand, to feel the reach and the palms of spirit guiding you and taking you. And to give ourselves deep love, forgiveness, and empathy and understanding along with others. And to love yourself for where you are, and to love yourself for where you aren't, and to love yourself no matter what, and to love yourself even if you don't feel like anyone around you loves you. To know that that love comes from within, that you are very loved and held and supported by the universe, by spirit, by your ancestors. You are here for a reason. Even if it is unknown, you will soon find out. And through self-love and self-care and self-nourishment, you will find your gold, your truth, your light, your abundance. We send you love. No matter where you are. And you are creative flow. You are creative flow. You are creative flow. I am creative flow. I am creative flow. I am creative flow. And may this time of darkness alchemize and transfer into beautiful magic that creates an opportunity for gold, for light, for love, for artistic endeavors, and for anything that serves you, anything that you're wanting to create, anything that you want to bring. Because sometimes, a lot of times, our best artistic offerings come through the dark and come through the unseen. Thank you. May you receive this with love, peace, gratitude, harmony, and abundance. And so dope it be. And look at that. Y'all saw where the candle was when we first started. It is now gone all the way down. So this lets me know we just purged, we just released. So you may feel a little tired afterwards, which is totally okay. Take some time to rest. This eclipse is pretty intense too. You might even feel some energy. So just move at the pace that works for you. I'm going to let this continue burning. And I would like to take this opportunity to offer, if anyone would like any card pulls from me, to go ahead and drop an emoji, and I would love to tune in for you and see what spirit has for you for this Pisces lunar eclipse. Hey Becca, so good to see you. You joined at a really good time. And also my I had all kinds of things fall, just so much energy. Okay. All right. Hello, Katie. Hello, hello. Yes, if you would like a reading, go ahead and drop an emoji. I will go in order and give y'all some card pulls and see what we got. Okay. All right. So first up, we got love is cool. Good to see you here again. Let's see what we got. Oh, that was such a good Limpias. Thank y'all for being a part of this. Thank you for the support. Thank you for your magic. Thank you for just everything, y'all. Like these little moments, it's not little, but like these moments really do just bring everything together for me and for us too. And if at any point in time you would like to tip me, I left all of my information at the pinned comments too. All right, so lovely is cool. Let's see what we have for you. What magic and medicine wants to come through? Ooh, okay. We can't have half the deck. So we're gonna do that again. What magic and medicine wants to come through for lovely is cool. All right. Ooh, love. I'm just gonna take that because that was there. All right, and then we're gonna do a tarot card too. What magic and medicine wants to come through? Lovely is cool. Okay. Ooh, okay. So let's start with your tarot card. You got the Ace of Cups. So this is about emotional fulfillment. This is about filling up your cup, filling up your soul with good energy, good food, good things that just make you feel really good. Have you been pouring into your own cup lately, or have you been pouring into others' cups? Pisces is so empathetic and so intuitive, and sometimes we can get lost in other people's lives and other people's dramas. So this is really asking for you to really just focus on yourself right now, because that's going to lead you to the dimensional shift that I think you've been looking for. It just feels like things have been kind of maybe not going exactly how you hoped, but that doesn't mean they're not going in the right direction. Whoa, and as I just saw that, somebody just turned on their sprinklers and it just like shot up. So it's almost like filling up yourself with water. Like, have you been watering yourself? Maybe that's like a part of the dimensional shift, is just maybe just drinking more water, but really just filling up your own cup, giving yourself more time for yourself. And you know, there might be some more information. The labyrinth is about receiving answers in your dreams. So this is very on brand for this Pisces lunar eclipse. So really continue to ask your dreams. So before you go to bed, set some intentions like, okay, Spirit, give me some answers. I need your help. I need your guidance. And your dreams will tell you. And the thing about dreams is dreams are not always like straightforward. Sometimes it can be very abstract. So you might need to take some time, and maybe take some time in the morning to really decipher and really look into the meaning of like, what is this dream trying to tell me? What is this dream trying to communicate to me? Because there's some kind of obstacles, or not obstacles, but like a maze to go through. And it's almost kind of like maybe not giving it, like squeezing it so much to find your answer. Like just let it kind of come to you. You might have to traverse through some different realms in the subconscious and in the dream space, but eventually you're going to find the answer and you're going to see it. If you have the all-knower. The all-knower card, this card always reminds me of meaningful dream. It reminds me of what I'm doing, or like what I'm currently doing. So even tapping in to something like divination, tapping into your own intuitive abilities might help you decipher it. And I really think you're getting messages in your dreams, even if it doesn't make sense at first. And even if you aren't dreaming, that's communicating something to you. So if you aren't having any dreams, why? Typically, I like to tell people, if you're not having any dreams, how much time are you really allowing your spirit and your body to rest throughout the day? And also, how often do you allow yourself to daydream? Because that can also be emotionally fulfilling. That's what you're good at, but you're feeling a yes, we'll do that one. Looks awesome. I know, right? It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool card. Yes, okay, cool, Katie, that sounds good. So this is really just asking for you to really, I think, dive into your dreams and take some time to maybe make a new routine for yourself. This is Virgo season. It's a great time to add some things, take some things away to your routine. So maybe in the morning when you wake up, you take a minute and you write your dreams down, and maybe pull some cards or do some kind of divination for it, because that's going to give you those answers. And I feel like when you do start doing that, it's going to be like, oh, Oh, I get it. I see it now, right? And so I feel like, yes, dreaming is your fave. I love that. And you've been asking for them and you've had some. Cool. Keep doing that because you are getting your answers. It's just maybe not coming through straightforward. It's just a little bit more abstract. So maybe even getting a dream dictionary might be something that would be really good for you and might really help you kind of through this. So thank you so much for receiving and thank you so much for being present during the live. It was a pleasure as always to be of service for you. So let's go to the next reading. We have Mom, what's up? Mama Rainbow, as Moonlit Mystic like to say. So let's see what you get for Mom. Let's see what Mom gets. All right, Spirit Guides and Ancestors, what message and magic do we have for Mom? What message and magic do we have for Mom? What message and magic do we have for Mom? All right. Okay, so you got, blood sacrifice, which I'll explain what this means in a minute, in between worlds, and then King of Pentacles. So hello everybody. Oh, thank you so much. I love my outfit. It was kind of fun. It's a newer outfit that I thrifted recently. So Mom, you're being asked to really evaluate what are you giving your time and your energy. So like, what are you giving so much energy to that it's causing you to have to sacrifice things that maybe aren't really serving you? You're being asked to really evaluate what are you giving that isn't giving back. Like in the terms of fulfillment, in the terms of like abundance and feeling grounded and secure. Is it a thought? Is it a pattern? Is it a way of doing? Is it a way of beliefs? Because I feel like there's so much that you're giving and it's almost kind of asking the question, is it worth it? Is it worth the energy? Is it worth the exchange? Are you feeling that fulfillment? And you also got the in-between worlds. So this is a card where you have the ability to walk in between the realm of spirit and the realm of reality and being able to see the truths and kind of blend the two together. And so I feel like you're being asked to really trust in what spirit is trying to tell you, what you've been feeling called to do, like really truly called to do, not maybe what you feel like you should do. Because when you start doing that and doing what you feel like you're really truly being called to do, and you're not like anything that you're having to give, like sacrifice after sacrifice, when there's no fulfillment, there's no gain, it's not worth it. And I feel like once you kind of let go of those things and you reevaluate what that is, you have the King of Pentacles, which is the most abundant card in the deck. There's going to be new opportunities that revolve around money, stability, safety, and security that will present itself to you once you kind of take a minute to be like, what am I giving that isn't giving back? Or what am I not receiving by giving and giving and giving? It's almost like, think of it as like the friend or a place where you, like an old job, for example. Let's think about that. Let's think about how maybe you put in time and energy, you stayed late, you did the extra work, you did all the things, and you were always at the top, and you were always there to help everybody, and you gave and you gave and you gave and you gave. But then they never gave you a raise, or they never acknowledged you. They never gave you an opportunity to be like, thank you, or to even like have gratitude for you. Was that job and was doing all the extra things worth it? So I feel like that's kind of what you're being asked, and that will help your spiritual path needing to change. Called to do, not should. Yes, absolutely. Do what you're feeling called to do in your spiritual path. And I know that you've mentioned that to me, that your spiritual path needs to change. And I feel like this is asking you to really, really like take a minute to hone in on what that is. You don't need to jump the gun, but trust what wants to come through for you. And I think you'll find some more solid and groundedness with that. So thank you for listening, Mom, and thank you for tuning in. It does mean a lot. Love you very much. Okay, so let's go to the next reading. We have Kelsey. Let's see what we got for you. All right, Kelsey, what magic and medicine wants to come through for this Pisces lunar eclipse? What magic and medicine wants to come through for Kelsey for this Pisces lunar eclipse? What magic and medicine wants to come through? I'm going to take that because it was there for this Pisces lunar eclipse. Okay. Let's see. Ooh. Okay. All right. So yes, make a commitment. Like, take your time with making a commitment. Did you miss the collective reading? Yes, you did, but there will be a replay, so you'll be able to watch that and experience the Limpias too. That's okay. You came in at the time that you were meant to come in, Becca. So, Kelsey, you got what is hidden will be revealed. So, and I feel like you've been sensing this. I feel like there's this energy of like feeling like you were saying earlier, you were purging, you're releasing things. So you're making space for a revelation. You're making space for something to come through that I feel like you've been sensing is there, but just hasn't been the right time or place. The divine timing has aligned yet, but it's coming, and it's coming very quickly. And so what is hidden is being revealed to you. You also got playing God. So I feel like what might be revealed to you, what might be part of that is, are there subconscious or conscious things that are pulling your strings that have no business pulling your strings? So whether it's like an old thought, an old habit, or a person or a place, or even an idea, I almost feel like it might have something to do with like, what's your idea of spirituality, right? What's your idea of you being you? And not like kind of like cutting the cords and releasing that string and no longer being a puppet to somebody else. You're your own person. Hello, Maverick. So you're being asked to kind of have some patience with that because it's coming, and there's going to be a death. So death does mean change. It does mean transformation. So this might be something where maybe you've been feeling this energy of like something's doing this, and then you find out, and it causes this revolution within you to make some changes. And maybe even I'm hearing boundaries too that will help you kind of call your power back and really call back in your intuition, because I know you're very highly intuitive, and I feel like this is about taking your intuition on a next level. And perhaps it's really asking you to like really trust the direction that your intuition is going, and how you want to hone in on your intuition, and how you want to practice, and how you want to build. Yeah, it is very much like a phoenix energy. It's very much like rising from the ashes. So it might be something, and I don't think it's bad per se, but I think it's just like, oh, that's what it is. Okay, we're done with that. Trusting myself more, and now we're going to build something beautiful. And I love this Three of Pentacles because it's like, yay, we're the seeds, we're growing, but we're growing together. So this makes me feel like also like finding your tribe, finding your people, and knowing who those people are so you can grow together, but also grow individually. But yeah, there's definitely something your intuition's been telling you. There's something that is kind of lurking or something around, and maybe you're not really sure who, what, or where, or what it is exactly, but you're gonna find out. And it has something to do with your power, and maybe what or who, or this idea of what power might even be for you. And also how you present yourself. Like, how do you want to be? How do you want to be? That's enough, whatever that is. So I hope that that resonated for you, Kelsey. I'm really excited about this. This makes me feel like this is very pivotal. This also makes me think this has something to do with like your business and like your ability to like take it to where you want it to go. There's something that you don't know that's coming to the forefront to help take you to that next level, because that's what the Three of Pentacles is about, is like building upon of that foundation. Leadership came to my mind. Yes, exactly. So like, how do you want to lead? Trusting yourself that you are a leader, and a leader in your family, a leader in your friendship circles, a leader in your groups. So just really trusting in that. So thank you so much, Kelsey, for that. I really appreciate you being here. You're so supportive, and it really does mean a lot. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And if anybody at any point in time would like to tip me, I left all of my information here at the pinned comment section too. So definitely feeling that as you trust yourself more, you're aligning in your path in a more devoted way. Your mantra is I am worthy. So honing in on that energy and building the blocks to your confidence. Yes, yes, yes. Girl, you're very intuitive. I know you are. I know you know that. And I think once you really trust that and, like you said, build that confidence, like, even though this Pisces is not like a solar plexus energy, there's been a lot of solar plexus energy with this lunar eclipse. So I'm glad to hear that you're feeling that and that you're really working through that too, Kelsey. So thank you again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, we have Jay. Nope, just kidding. Wait, yeah, J-Love. J-Love, okay. All right, J-Love, let's see what you got. Let's see what we got for you. What magic and medicine wants to come through? I almost kind of want to sing with you, like, yes, yes. So I don't know what your card is yet. I haven't flipped it. All right, J-Love, J-Love. Ooh, okay, gonna take that. Don't need to shuffle it. Whenever I've been picking up the cards, and sometimes like a card is left on the table, and so I'm taking that as your card. Ooh, okay. Okay. All right, so you got the 10 of Wands. So I love the 10 of Wands, and it's actually really cute how Kitten Chops kind of describes this card, because it's about like a bug pushing over like a dung, like a dung beetle trying to push over like poop, basically. So it's like we're exhausted. That takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of energy. So you're probably feeling really tired. You're probably feeling like you're giving a lot of energy to something and it's just draining you and it's not really serving you and not really taking you where you want to go. It just feels like you're pushing, but nothing is like, you're just getting shit hands, like literally based off of this card. And so the guidance and the advice is the sheep who wandered and found a different shepherd. This is about going a different path and going a different way and being like, you know what? I don't want to push this shit around anymore. I literally don't want to deal with this shit, like literally to what this card specifically is. I don't want to do this. Thank you so much, Kelsey, for your tip. I really appreciate that. It's like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. So you know what? I'm done with that and I'm going to go on a different path where I am heard and I am seen and I'm putting my energy into something that actually feels good for me. And it is different. And it's different from what I've been doing. It's different than what maybe others around me are doing, but it's good and soul fulfilling for me. And I feel like if you've been searching and searching or trying different things and nothing is working, this time is actually going to work in your favor because the right thing at the right time is going to come up because you got strangely perfect timing. So I feel like this is really a conscious decision, right? This is a decision where you're like, all right, I'm finally going to let go of the shit. I'm finally going to stop pushing this shit around. And once you make that decision and once you really release it and really grieve it, because I feel like there might be some grief with it, that's when things are going to come through. That's when things are going to come. Hello, Healing Arts. I feel like that's when that decision of like, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm going to go a different path. And then the right thing at the right time comes up and I'm hearing it's going to be better than expected. And I feel like that's what the yes is about because I feel it. It's like, yes, like this is what I wanted. This is what I've been calling. This is perfect. But you just needed to take a minute to be like, I'm done. I'm done. So there definitely is some kind of closure. There definitely is some kind of ending happening in order for a new beginning to go on a different path in a different direction. That's going to lead you to something that's way more fulfilling. I'm hearing this might have something to do with work and career. So this might be like a complete switch and like a different direction. But I feel like this is something you've been thinking about doing. And I feel like you have gotten some signs and some confirmation that this would be a good thing, but we weren't maybe ready for it up until now. And that's okay, because I feel like when this card comes up, had you have done it sooner, the right opportunity wouldn't have come. Like this also makes me think of, so I have a friend who is recently moved up to up north area. And to make a really long story short, it took until her becoming pregnant and the person that they're buying their house from, or not technically, their house being purchased from somebody who is no longer with us. So they literally had to wait until she was pregnant, until this other person passed away, for the right opportunity to come up for her. And had they tried to do it sooner, it wasn't going to flow as the way it needed to go. So you were ready to release. You have so many opportunities at your feet right now, and you have to let go of what's holding you back. This resonates a lot. You have 3 job offers right now, and the universe is speaking yes, yes, yes. There's something really juicy, and I think it's going to be really fulfilling. So really trust your intuition when it comes to making those decisions. And also 3 job offers, girl, congratulations. That's a lot. That's abundance. So yes to that. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that this resonated with you. And if you'd like to tip me at any point in time, you can, with all of the info in the comment section. So let's move to the next person. Who do we got? Chelsea, let's see what we got for you. You're so welcome, my love. It's so much of a pleasure. All right, Chelsea, let's see what we got for you today. What magic and medicine? I know that this Pisces lunar eclipse is really big for you. So let's see what else wants to come through. What magic and medicine does this Pisces, oops, not half the deck. Can't have half the deck. What does this Pisces lunar eclipse have to offer Chelsea today? Ooh, really love that. What magic and medicine does this Pisces lunar eclipse have to offer Chelsea? Okay. Ooh. What magic and medicine does this Pisces? Okay. All right. Here we go. Okay. I'm going to start with this one. I know you've been very vocal about some recent happenings. I know you've recently lost your dad, and I'm really sorry about that. But you got down in the river as one of your cards. So this is a card about, it's exactly as it speaks. And it's funny because it makes me think of the River Song by Leon Bridges, which I know resonates with you. Hello, Kiana Samir. And I feel like you're being asked to really allow the waters, the river, the ocean, the energy, to let it just wash things away, to really let it go, and to sit in this sadness and to sit in this grief for a minute. Because what this grief is doing is not only healing, yes, I would love to do that for you. Love healing arts. You're being asked to really dive into that grief, because there's something about it. You have the infinity mirror coming up. So this is putting you in a place of introspection, of reflection, which I know you've been doing and I know you've been going through. But now you're also seeing it on another level. Now you're beginning to, I think, heal some things within your inner child that maybe we weren't aware of, or things that were dormant that we're now bringing back to light. And you're seeing that being reflected around you through different people, places, opportunities. And I almost feel like you're also in a space of like, who am I now? Because when you do go through a loss, you do kind of lose a part of you in some capacity. So there has been this deep introspection of like, who am I? And what is the world around me trying to show me? Because I think you're seeing all sides of it. You're seeing past versions of yourself reflected in other people, but then you're also seeing future versions of yourself reflected in other people. And I feel like this is asking you to really move forward with what is being shown to you and trusting that that's going to take you where you need to go. So it's almost like an identity shift in a sense, but not like, it's like an identity shift, but it's also just like how you move through your emotions and how you move through the world. Because I feel like there's some things that maybe need to come to light through this grief and through this reflection that maybe we haven't fully shared yet, with ourselves or with others, because there's a fear that once you shine light on it, that there's going to be judgment placed on you or shame placed on you, which is not okay, first off, from those people. Those people aren't your people. But this is really asking for you to really bring to light some of these reflections that you've been having. And I'm also feeling some of the reflections that you're having have to do with how we deal with grief, how we deal with letting things go. I wouldn't be surprised to see in the future if you do really help people through death and through grief and through loss in some way, shape, or form. But there's a lot of truth that wants to come to light that we haven't communicated yet. And once you do, you got the Ace of Wands. It's going to open up something for you. So if you've been feeling stagnant creative-wise, if you've been feeling like you're needing or wanting to like tap back into your inner child, to that creative energy, I am creative flow, then this sharing of truth is going to free you of that energy of this feeling and give you new inspiration, give you new ideas, give you a new path and a new way of moving that maybe wasn't on your radar and maybe wasn't something. I'm also hearing like taking a class. There might be some kind of class or something that maybe you've thought about, or kind of like, maybe I want to do this, maybe I don't want to do this. I feel like if you give yourself a chance and you go for it, it's going to open up some doors that were never going to be open had you not made the choice to do it. But there is some truth, and there are some conversations I think to be had. And I really do think that this really has to do with your inner child and your creativity. Like, I think you're going to create some really beautiful things from your inner child that maybe you didn't feel like you could or had the chance or weren't as connected to, because now times are different. Time has changed. So now you have this opportunity, and I think it's going to be really awesome. And this is going to happen over time. And I also feel called to read this at the bottom for you. You have party leader. So you're being asked, this is a card of like moving in your own path and following your own voice and kind of drowning out the loud voice. Like, just because someone's got the loudest voice in the room doesn't mean that that's going to be in service to you. It might be your own voice, your own way, your own path, your own being, which is so you anyway. It's so on brand for who you are. So I think this is just like taking who you already are to another level in a little bit of a different direction that I don't think was open until now. And I just feel like there's some kind of new path or some new endeavor that really wants to come through for you. So I hope that resonated for you, Chelsea. Thank you so much for being a part of this and for your love and support always. It really does mean a lot. And I love you so much. So let's see who we have next. Okay. Thank you all so much. We have so many readings to do today. This makes me feel so good. So Katie, I know that you left, so I'm going to do yours last, Katie. And we're going to go to Sunny because I want to do readings for who are present right now. So Sunny, let's see what we get for you today. All right. Sunny, Sunny, Sunny. What magic and medicine do we have for Sunny for this Pisces lunar eclipse? Okay. What magic and medicine? Oh, okay. What magic and medicine do we have for Pisces for this Pisces lunar eclipse for Sunny? Sunny, I'm hearing that it would really benefit if you were to pull up your birth chart and see where Pisces sits in your house. I feel like there's something there for you. Hello, April Elizabeth. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining. Okay, so Sunny, ooh. Thank you so much for sharing that, sis. Definitely resonates, and the more I want to sit with. Grateful for you. I'm grateful for you too. Mwah. Love you. All right, Sunny. So the reason I was like, ooh, is because you got the stay back card. This is a card of boundaries. This is a card of being willing to use your venom and not being afraid to bite if you need to. If somebody or something is overstepping your boundaries, and I know you mentioned emotional purging, if someone is like getting to you and if you need a minute to like kind of recalibrate yourself, to be in solitude and to reflect, then, and if they're not listening, don't be afraid to bite. Don't be afraid to, we have that part of us. Like, it's not all love and light, which is funny because that's one of your cards, but kind of, but sort of. We need both, right? So boundaries, 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 boundaries. And this is also being like kind of asking you, like, if something doesn't make you feel good, if some place or someone or something, then don't be afraid to like cut it off. Don't be afraid to walk away from it because it's not giving you what it needs to give you anymore. And you have Fire Mother that's coming up to the surface too. So this deals with like your fiery energy, your creative energy. So I feel like you've been kind of patiently waiting for like the next thing, and now those things are starting to be revealed to you, and it feels like it's coming through in a way that maybe, you know, if you had it your way, it would go kind of a different direction. It wouldn't be where we have to put up these boundaries, but now you're kind of being forced to have those boundaries. And so this is about really utilizing that fire, but this is also about tapping into your creative energy. There's something that wants to come through you, but it's not until you have the space and the capacity to hold this vision to make it come through. And then you got the Judgment card. This is my most serious card in the deck. Kitten Chops does a great job of making it seem like a little nicer. So Judgment is like, are you going to answer the call? Spirit is calling you. The universe is calling you. Something is calling your attention. And until you answer, it's going to keep knocking, and it's going to get louder and louder and louder. And if you still don't listen, the universe has a beautiful way, and sometimes a not so fun way, of making you do it, because there's destiny and fate, that there's something that you've agreed to do, and this is making you be like, it's time, it's time. And I feel like I'm hearing like, but I don't have things prepared, I'm not ready. It's like, you know, but you are ready, you are prepared, you've been preparing for this. And this really does have to do with emotions. This might have to do with a friend. We have the Three of Cups coming up. So the Three of Cups typically is a card of like celebrating with your people, celebrating with your soul tribe, having that emotional happiness and joy, which I think will help you during this time of transition, during this time of change, of like surrounding yourself with people that you know have your back, with people that you know are there for you, with people that are like really wanting to see you thrive and really wanting to uplift you. And anyone else that doesn't want that for you, we're done. We can't. We have to walk away. And you can lovingly walk away and have boundaries and love from a distance and still be able to move in the way that you need to. But there is a calling. And maybe you've been feeling called to like let go of this thing or let go of this person, but maybe it's hard because it might have something to do with family, and it may even have something to do with a mother figure. But this is something where you really need to trust and really need to make that decision. I'm also hearing like there's some other party that's involved with something that doesn't need to be involved. I don't know exactly what that is, but it's almost like, this also makes me think of like children. So this might have something to do with like a former partner, maybe needing to place some boundaries so you can have more time with your son or with your kids. And you also have Love and Light. But what I love about this card is not only is it love and light, it's also shadow and hate. So this is a card about finding the balance of the shadow and the light, and finding the balance of giving love, not sending hate, but understanding if something is making you feel that way, if something's giving you like a distaste, if something is making you feel like that's trying to tell you something. And you can still love it and not like it. Like, that's the thing. We can absolutely do that. It's not always easy to do. So I feel like this is also about accepting people as they are and really making those lines and drawing those boundaries. But I really feel like to look into your birth chart and see what house Pisces sits in, because I feel like there's something there that's also going to help you. So thank you for listening. I hope that that resonated for you, and I wish you good luck. And definitely answer that call, Sunny, because it's going to keep knocking, that judgment card. I'll never forget when I got the judgment card the first time. It was when I was being asked to really step into doing what I do now. And it was scary and it was hard, but it gave me so much life that I didn't know that I would have. So wishing you the best with that. So thank you. And then also, Erin, thank you for your tip. I really received that. Thank you so much. If anyone else would like to tip me at any point in time, you could do so. I left all of my information here at the pinned comment section. So let's see, who else do we have? Oh, many people today. Okay, so I know WOWOWOW Healing Arts had asked for one, and then Katie, I'm going to do yours last, and then that is it. So WOWOWOW Healing Arts, so you would love supporting your inner child healing. This Pisces moon is doing it. You're making a ton of sense. You appreciate your insight. You've given me a lot to grow from. Thank you so much, and you will do that. I wish you so much luck, Sunny. I feel like a big change. It feels good. It might be a little chaotic, but it's going to be good. It'll be worth it. So wish you nothing but the best. So WOWOWOW Healing Arts, let's see what we have for you today, specifically around the inner child for this Pisces lunar eclipse, okay? And then WOWOWOW Healing Arts, let's see what we have for you, okay? WOWOWOW Healing Arts, let's see what we have for you for this Pisces. Okay, oh, we got quite a lot, actually. Okay, one moment. Okay, ooh, okay, we got really great cards. Okay, so love that you asked specifically about your inner child because it came up. You got the Page of Wands, which is very much inner child energy, inner child literal energy. So I feel like it's time to give energy to your inner child, specifically with creations, specifically with art, and specifically with things that maybe you're feeling called to kind of, feels like these are old projects kind of coming back. And this is something that you might do just for fun, but it might turn into something else over time. You got the card, believe nothing that you hear and only half of what you see. And it's a Photoshop card. So that's like why, part of the reason why I thought it was art. Wands also is very creative and artistic energy. But this is also about like, maybe what were you taught as a child about following your dreams? What were you taught as a child in regards to fulfilling the life that you really dream of and really see for yourself? Because maybe what you've been shown and what you've been told really isn't in alignment for the dreams and the vision that you have. So it's almost kind of asking you to like create your own vision and stick to that vision despite what anything and anyone else says. The universe and spirit will show you and it will support you. But it's almost asking for you to like hold your vision and to really move and go for it. I feel like there might be a move. We have Esse Quam Verde, which I believe is the New York state motto. So this is about being accepted and being welcomed into this new tribe, into this new place, into this new path. So I do feel like there is a new direction. It is different. It feels good. You might feel like other people or other things are being like, I don't know, but you need to really trust your vision and move with that vision and go with it. But this is about acceptance. And then you also got Butterfly Dreams, which I love. So this really is about following your dreams, because once you hold that vision and you really move with that creative endeavor or this kind of playfulness, like again, like it's about playing and having fun, and that's going to take you somewhere that maybe you didn't expect it would take you because you're engaged with it. So it might not even be like the actual project or thing that you're creating, but by taking the time and energy to create and to play, it will open up other opportunities for you to play and create in other ways too, and maybe in the way in which you're doing just for the funsies. So there is like that butterfly dreams. So I feel like you're on this precipice of like really accomplishing this lifelong dream, or this dream that maybe you've been having or holding since you've been an inner child. But it requires playing, and it requires really sticking with your vision and kind of not listening to what everything and anyone is telling you. You also have ripe fruits. So again, like, this is like you're being accepted, you got your dreams being fulfilled, you have a lot of opportunities and things at your fingertips, things are being gifted and handed to you. I also feel like this is about what have you harvested this year, and what have you harvested since you've been a child? Because something with that has something to do with this next part of your life. And I also feel like, again, once you start playing, more is going to be offered. And this is also about being grateful for what you currently have at this time and moment. And once you do that, you have sitting on top of the world. You'll see the bigger picture. Sometimes we can get so lost in the details, and it is Virgo season, so it's very easy to do, that we kind of lose sight of the bigger grand scale of why this is happening, when this is happening, and etc. So you're being asked to really take a moment to also just kind of pause and look back at the bigger picture. So like looking back between now and since you were an inner child, like, what has been a constant theme for you since then? What has been constantly showing itself for you? And it probably has something to do with your body. So, and your body also stores information, it stores trauma, it stores all kinds of things. So once you allow yourself to play, it will also help heal your body. And it will also help give your body energy. And it will also help give your body the permission to release anything too. But I feel like it requires taking a step back and looking at the bigger picture and looking at the constant themes that have been prevalent since your inner child to now. And I feel like this might have something to do with healing your body. This might have something to do with like maybe how people perceived your body when you were younger, and how that's maybe affected how you perceive your body currently. So there's a lot of abundance here. And I think a lot of it really is asking for you to play so you can receive it and take these next dreams to the next level. So WOWOWOW Healing Arts, thank you so much for listening and tuning in. I hope that this resonated for you, and I wish you good luck, because this is abundant. Like, this is abundant energy. So good luck with that. And if anybody would like to tip me at any point in time, thank you for some of the tips that have come through so far. I would love to receive. I've left all of my information here at the pinned comments. Yay, you're so welcome. It's such a pleasure. And so Katie, you are the last person. So let's see what we have for you, Katie. What magic and medicine do we have for Katie for this lunar eclipse? Y'all, like, the candle is like just about to go out. I love how the candle is like so on point with the energy that's really reflecting the energy right now. So Katie, what magic and medicine do we have for this lunar eclipse? Okay, Katie, you got spelled it out. So as I was saying, right now, Mercury is in Virgo. It's in its home sign. So words are magic. I was saying that earlier in the collective reading. So what words are you using to manifest and call in certain things? Most people would say this is not a time to manifest. And I think that comes from a place of fear. And as I said that, you got a fearful world. But I feel like this is a time of revolution and change. And your words, it might not be like, I'm going to do all this candle magic, I'm going to do this thing, and I'm going to manifest. And it's really, I think, comes down to your words and the words that you're choosing to use about yourself, about your life. And that's what I think is going to shift things. So you got Spell It Out, you got Queen of Wands, you also got Make Believe, and Body is House. So you have felt led to manifest. Yeah, so if you feel led to manifest, go for it. Like, don't let your best magic is when you feel like it. Honestly, like, your best magic is when you feel called to do it, despite whatever time it is. And just know that if you're doing it during eclipse season, you're going to make things happen very quickly, and it might be a little chaotic, but you will receive what you're asking for. But Katie, you have the Queen of Wands here. So there's this creative energy. And this card specifically, it's showing her like on vacation, like hanging out, having a minute, reading a book, and just being her queen self. This makes me think of like just existing in your Empress queenly, abundant energy. I almost kind of feel like you need to just say, I need a break. I need a vacation. I need a place to like have a minute for myself. That's kind of what I'm feeling from you, is to really just put it out there and it will manifest itself, because I think your body has been telling you, thank you, Love Healing Arts, for the tip. I think your body's been telling you like, it's time for a break, it's time for a change, it's time to kind of replenish your energy and to take a minute for yourself. I feel like there's really something that wants to come through, but it won't come through until you rest and also make time to dream and to make believe and to have fun. That's what the make believe card is about, is really just like tapping into the inner child, make believe. Like, what do you want for yourself? Spell it out. Make your dreams a reality by literally just spelling it out. And look, we have like another inner child reference here, playing with those blocks, right? So I almost feel like, Katie, this is really asking for you to just put it out there. I need a break. I need a vacation. I need a minute to have time to play so I can replenish my energy and replenish my life force. Because your body is house. I know that there's been some health things that have come up for you and you've had to kind of reshift some things in your life. But I think your body is just letting you know, like, hey, like, because of this shift, there's going to be other shifts that need to happen in order to support your new body or your new version of yourself that's kind of happening at this moment. So I really love this. I think this is a really beautiful energy, and I really do think there is some kind of vacation that wants to come through or wants to happen for you, but you have to put it out there. Because sometimes it's like when you work with spirit or your ancestors, if you don't give them permission to come through, then sometimes they just can't. Like, we have to give them permission to help us. It's almost like you can't heal somebody, like you can't offer a healing service to somebody if they didn't ask you for it. Because in some way, shape, or form, they're not ready for it, or they don't feel like they need it. Like, the invitation needs to happen. So put out the invitation, put out the words, and something will come through for you. And it will be really good and really nice. Like, I love that she's like sitting here chilling, reading a book, hanging out with the kitty. Sounds like a great time. So that is all I have, and those are all the readings that I'm going to do today. If you would like to tip me at any point in time, you could do so. I left all of my information here, but y'all, this was an abundant and beautiful experience. Thank you so much for all of your magic, for your medicine, for your presence, for being here, for listening, for commenting, for sharing, for supporting. This is honestly like, this is the dream. This is the dream for me. And this just gives me further validation and confirmation that I'm doing what I need to do, that I'm here being of service to y'all in the way that works for y'all. And it's not only going to help y'all grow, but it's going to help me grow. And it really makes me excited for my next step and for the next things for me, because y'all, I have been being asked to play it bigger. And this is part of that. And y'all are part of that. The one thing I want to end on is, when I went to Even Stars Chalice, one of the things that they kept emphasizing is that while Even Stars Chalice was created by Mara and Russ, the owners and the creators, it was really the community. It was really the community that made Even Stars Chalice. And that's what y'all do for a meaningful dream. Y'all make the dream. Y'all make it meaningful. It's an energy exchange. So thank you all so much. It really does mean a lot. I feel like I'm gonna cry. I am gonna cry. And look at that, our candle is just got a little baby light. So I'm gonna let this continue going. I'll probably go for just a little bit longer, but the magic is done. The magic is good. And look, we have a nice, beautiful wax here. So thank you so much. I love y'all. I'm going to go ahead and close the space here. And please stay tuned with all the magic and medicine. I'm going to have some new Luna essences come out here very soon, along with the one that I'll be making for tonight. I also have all the classes. You can go on my website at meaningfuldream.com under the School of Higher Consciousness to see what's coming next. I have my personal books open. So if you like to get a private reading with me or a healing or Limpias or anything, you can go there as well. And definitely sign up for my newsletter because I share and put a lot of work and energy in there that I don't share with social media. So I love y'all. So thank you, spirit guides and ancestors and star sisters, plant sisters, Luna, and anything and anyone that it took for this live to be here today, for this live to come through. Thank you for all of those who showed during the live and even after the live. Thank you for those who showed and listened. Thank you for your magic and your medicine and for allowing me to speak words of love concisely and clearly to share this magic and medicine with the community and to help a meaningful dream grow into what it wants to be and wants to become for the community. Thank you. Bless you. I close the space. I thank the north, the element of earth. I thank the south, the element of fire. I thank the east, the element of water. The element of air. And I thank the west, the element of water. And I thank the stars and Mother Earth for being here. Thank you. Bless you. And so job to be. Love y'all. Have a beautiful night and happy Pisces lunar eclipse. We'll see you next time.